Hi, I'd like to talk a little bit about this National Resophonic slimline pickup that I've just had fitted to the National Resophonic raw steel resonator guitar. And I'll say at the outset, none of this video is sponsored or endorsed in any way. It was just I've had a few questions about this pickup since I had it fit. I've yet to test it on a big live situation. Having said it's not endorsed in any way, since I acquired this guitar last year, it makes every other guitar I've ever owned feel like a toy. This is by far the most superior instrument I've ever had the pleasure of owning, and I play it every single day, and I just love it. If I'm playing at gigs where there's an engineer, a sound engineer, or it's the festival, so there's a PA system and everything else, then this doesn't become an issue for me, because generally if there's a sound engineer with his eyes and ears on a desk and some good microphones, then I would mic up this instrument, and that's what I did at the Great British Rhythm and Blues Festival last year, and it sounded fantastic for me and from feedback from the audience. What I'm going to go through today is approaches to being able to amplify this guitar in smaller settings. I do a lot of smaller gigs. I do a lot of sort of tiny bars or tiny spaces, sometimes where you are a little bit cramped up on a stage or in a corner, and so it's not always appropriate to mic the instrument up. So there needs to be an alternative, and I'm hoping in future months I'm going to get out and try it live in all those different situations, and perhaps it's a combination of the pickup and the microphone. So once I go into this simulation, I'm going to turn this microphone off for the camera so that it's not inflicting in any way on the tests that I'm going to do. So the first test I'm going to do is by miking up the resonator guitar with the Shure SM7B. You'll have seen these types of microphones around. I'm just going to let you hear it through that. I'm then going to move on to the AER acoustic amplifier, and here's the settings on it. So it's everything I'm going to do is going to go through a desk so I can record it for you, and it's going to be flat. So there's very little, all the EQ is on at the middle section there, as you can see. It's going through a mixing desk. Again, there's no effects on this mixing desk, and all the EQs are just at the 12 o'clock. Everything will be on the same volume. And then finally I'm going to push it through this Black Star amped, which is basically like an amp top, which I take out on the road with me for the smaller gigs. Again, all the settings will be at sort of midday, 12 o'clock. There's going to be no reverb on it. This is what I would put through this similar mixer with my microphones and go through a Bose PA system on the smaller gigs. So I'll leave, and I'm going to switch this microphone off that I'm speaking into now, and I'll leave a description of each of the sounds, and you can make your own mind up as to which you think, whether it gets anywhere near. Of course, it wouldn't have flat EQ on a gig. I would definitely be EQing the bottom end and slight mids, and maybe rolling off or on the top, depending on the size of the room and the acoustics in the room. So as you know, if you're a gigging musician, a lot of this is to do with the space that you're in, how it's furnished, how big it is, whether there's a lot of glass. So this is very much a very flat experiment, and of course it would be tweaked in lots of ways. There's no effects going through this neither. Alright, hope you enjoyed. So that concludes a very basic and probably crude sort of sound comparison, sound test. As a live gigging musician, you know, I think you need the versatility to be able to perform in different size spaces with different acoustics. And what the National Slimline pickup enables me to do is to be able to either complement a live microphone or replace the microphone with the pickup. What I found when trying to mic this instrument up just with an SM57 on live gigs, it didn't have the volume that I needed, and the attack, and this operates in a similar way to a humbucker pickup. So you do lose a little bit of the earthiness of a resonator guitar, but I think what National have done really well here is I can still hear the resonator. You can still hear the body of the guitar coming through the pickup, and like I said, used either in isolation with a good little bit of fettling with an amp modulator or a mixing desk, or the combination between the pickup and a microphone, certainly gets my vote anyway. So I'll be using it over the next few months in live situations, and probably report back. I mean, leave some comments if you have anything to say about the Slimline, if you've used one yourself or you're thinking of getting one. It's made by Crevo, so it's made under license to National by Crevo, and so far so good. Thanks for watching.